Game of Thrones Season 6 did it better.
Justice League is here, finally, for all you DC fanboys. Yeah! Finally! And we have Wonder Woman, Batman, Cyborg, Flash. Who's the other one?
Aquaman,
that's one.
How could you forget Aquaman,
Yes.
the character with the least amount of development in this movie?
And they all have to be brought together to take on Steppenwolf because he's coming here to destroy the world with a MacGuffin and all that jazz.
What did you think of Justice League, Brendon?
It was okay. I think Warner Brothers in that played it safe. I think because of the convoluted Batman vs Superman, very confusing, where this is just like, there's a baddie, we have to take him down.
The tone's very weird. It's like Man of Steel and Batman vs Superman maintain this sort of consistent dark tone. And this movie's just like, fuck that. And like, it's real happy. Particularly the third act, it's very like, yay, happy, Spider-Man, Samurai Spider-Man style, you know? Just sort of, it's very jarring to me.
I think they've just decided we're going to listen to people's complaints, the internet people just saying it's too dark, it's not fun enough and everything, which I didn't mind, the kind of lighter tones, and there were some funny parts in it. I think Ezra Miller as the Flash, I thought he was funny. I thought there were some really good scenes with him. He brought a bit of levity to it.
Obviously, we all want to know if the characters interact well, they're entertaining, and they are. It's actually a real blast to watch. Aquaman, Cyborg, Flash, these are cool characters. It's a treat to have Wonder Woman back. Gal Gadot is amazing. Ben Affleck's Batman, I still enjoy him as Batman, but he's not the same Batman in this movie. Like, he's just constantly making jokes, having a good time. He's now Superman's biggest fan. It just seems like a different character, and you almost get the vibe Ben Affleck's over it. I got from that. He just seemed like he's kind of done with the role, didn't like the bad reviews, and yeah, there's very obvious pickup shots where he's like a bit bigger, and the CGI face tried to slim him down, I don't know. Kind of lost weight. The divorce didn't help.
As you said, how they interact with each other was really good, and they all had kind of their little places. I'm intrigued about Jason Momoa as Aquaman, even though I don't think he got much development. I think his kind of cocky, arrogant type character could be interesting in his own film, and I'm actually looking forward to it now. I couldn't give a crap about it before, and now I'm interested. The Cyborg character, I wasn't such a fan of him. You know, he was only okay. He did these quippy lines, you make it a little funny, but I think that was a Joss Whedon influence. But overall, I think the actual Justice League crew were actually really good.
We're just kind of chucked with these characters. I personally didn't have any investment. I didn't care about Aquaman, I didn't care about Flash. Flash, I only cared about Wonder Woman and Batman. And you'd think, oh, it's because they had no solo films. But Guardians of the Galaxy did that.
Yeah.
And I was invested in all those characters.
Yes.
So there's no excuse, really. You kind of introduced to the characters and they have a quick little, this is my story, this is my background, and they chuck it into you and then it's the next scene. And like, I got sick of it and I didn't care.
Yeah, the beginning of the movie is about the introduction of these new characters, and I thought it was quick, but it was also bogged it down. It was just like, okay, just hurry up, get to the new scene and everything like that. For me, though, the biggest issue with this movie is the villain, Steppenwolf. He is absolutely terrible. Like, the performance, I think, wasn't that great either. I got kind of like a Bane type feeling about it. It was like, I couldn't understand what I was talking about. World domination.
The world.
I did not like it at all.
I didn't understand his motivations.
He's evil for being evil, and that's just the worst type of villain. He's like, no motivations. Like, I'm just going to destroy the world because I'm an evil guy and I want to kill people. It's not original at all. If that's what DC thinks is a safe option, I think they've got to go a little bit more out there with their villains.
I made a joke before about it being like Avengers, and it's just like, couldn't they pick a more original idea for a story? Just the whole alien invasion, bad guy using cubes, portals, like, it just seemed too similar to Avengers. Like,
just nameless armies,
it makes it so obvious they were just trying to copy Marvel. You know?
Yeah.
Like, just literally grab their same plot and like, do it again.
Yeah, exactly.
I guess showing the team being a team, I liked that a bit more than Avengers. Like, Avengers, we cut to them fighting people. With this, they actually work together.
Yeah, no, the actual Justice League and the heroes were actually fun to watch.
Totally.
But I just don't think that was enough to help this movie, which it was just a very basic plot, have the MacGuffin, kill the bad guy, and that's it. And once again, I keep on saying this, Warner Brothers played it safe.
They did. So, action scenes in this movie, right? Batman v Superman. What was the one cool thing about that movie?
Batman's fight.
The warehouse scene.
Yes.
That's right. Best part of the movie, and everyone's like, what's the warehouse scene in Justice League? There is none. I can't think of one cool action scene, except one sequence that has the Amazonians keeping the mother box away from Steppenwolf. And they're doing all these cool tricks, jumping on horses, firing arrows, and it was awesome. That was the one cool moment, but every other action scene, there was none.
Yeah.
Like, there was no cool Batman scene, and it's just, what the fuck?
There's nothing, there's no fires. Oh my god, at least that was something.
So it's well known that they did pickups for this movie. after Zack Snyder left and Joss Whedon jumped on. And might be just me, but I found it really obvious when there was a pickup.
Yes.
Like, Ezra Miller and Ben Affleck having a conversation, and then suddenly Ezra Miller just goes on about brunch for ages, like real forced. Oh, what's to do with brunch? Like Jerry Seinfeld. Ben's pickup.
Yeah.
Ben Affleck's talking to Jason Momoa, and Jason Momoa's like, I'm going to say some comedy things. Background's slightly blurry, lighting's a little bit different. It's just like, I kept noticing these pickups, and it was very distracting for me.
There was a lot of obvious green screen type shots, and it wasn't just like one or two, it was consistent.
Yeah, it happened so often, and I was like, I think I can make a drinking game out of that. I just drink every time there's a pickup, you know?
You would not survive this movie.
Yeah, you would die. One big negative in this movie is the score, which was done by Danny Elfman, who did Spider-Man. He's done some good things in the past, but he sucked in this movie, because one thing DC had going for it was the great score. Hans Zimmer and Junkie XL, like the Man of Steel theme, it's so iconic. You know, it's up there with John Williams, and like the Batman theme, though not as well known, I really enjoyed. I think it had a lot of cool elements to it, and he just completely disregarded all those themes in this movie. Like, he just like thinks, oh, I'll use John Williams' score for Superman, and like he uses his own music for the Tim Burton Batman films. He does use Lex Luthor's theme for some reason, and he uses Wonder Woman once, and it sounds like a kind of band practice version, like, and it's just like, okay, I know that's Wonder Woman, but it's not the version. But the rest of the score just didn't elevate it, it just seemed like samey music.
I understand that, like, I don't think it was bad, I just don't remember it. And then I think that's the worst thing about a score, is like, it should elevate what's going on, if it's action or the drama or anything. This
next thing I'm going to talk about is actually spoiling the film, so if you don't want to be spoiled, cut to this point in the review.
Spoilers.
This is spoilers, but it's sort of a spoiler we all knew was coming. So Superman comes back in the film, and this is the Superman I've always wanted, because Henry Cavill as Superman, I didn't really like him. He was so boring, like, oh, Lois, no one gets me.
He's a bit stiff.
Oh, I'm an emo. But in this, he's so funny. He's hilarious. He's just like, what's up? Need help? So I think Henry Cavill was actually really good as Superman. So every scene he was in, I loved.
There's a good scene with the Flash trying to take out Superman. With Superman, he can catch up to him, and it's a really hilarious scene.
I got the biggest chills. I got the biggest nerd chills, because one of my favourite episodes of Superman the Animated Series was him and Flash racing to see who would win. And that was such a cool little moment. I was like, oh, great reference, I love it. And then they did it again later. They were like, oh, they were racing. And then literally one of the credit scenes was, let's have a race. I was like, they kind of overdid it.
Yeah.
I still liked it, but I was like, the head tilt was enough. We understood what that meant, and then they just kept going, ha ha, who's gonna win? And so I was kind of like, good job, but fuck you.
The one thing I will say when it comes to Superman, there was something wasn't right with him. I was like, is he CGI'd his face? Are they doing stop motion capture or something like that? And I read today that apparently he was doing a movie, I think it was Mission Impossible, and he had a moustache and had to do pickups, so they had to digitally enhance out his moustache. I noticed that. I was just like, what is this? And then I was
this point down, it looks real, kind of strange and very distracting.
So Justice League, I feel like it was okay. Obviously, it had some problems, like you can tell what me and Taylor was saying. It was just a safe movie. It's an okay movie. I think it's better than some of the other Warner Brothers movies coming out. Like, I liked Wonder Woman. I love The Flash. I thought he was really good. This is just a DC movie that's just played it safe because they need the universe to continue on. So I'm just going to give it an average score. I'll give it a 5. It's okay. You can go to the cinema, watch it. You'll probably be pretty entertained, but it's nothing brilliant. It's nothing different at all. It's just middle of the road, bad guy, good guy, punch him in the face, MacGuffin stuff. I'm
getting sick of it. We shouldn't be at this stage anymore. We've gone through so many not good DC films that we should be past this point. So I'm hoping this is the last one. From this point on, they get better. I was gonna give it a 4, but then I remembered how cool it was, so that's gonna elevate it to a 5 for me. So it's a 5 as well.
It's on the same page.
Same page. Justice League.
Yay.
So yeah guys, thank you for watching our review for Justice League. You know the drill. Click everything, give us a like, comment if you want to let us know if you liked it. Overall guys, average audience viewers will love it, I think. So if you're just in it for a good time, go watch it. You'll have fun.
It's an okay superhero movie. Just go to it. Big action, explosions, punch in the face, funny things because it has to be funny now. No dark and moody. No.
That's gone now. Jake Gyllenhaal apparently. He might be new Batman, so that's cool.
What?
Yeah. Tune in next time to find out more.
I heard there's going to be Bilbo in the new Lord of the Rings.
Fuck off.